Now these ones just get loosened up. That's all we're gonna do with these ones because this is native soil. I'm not gonna amend this one with anything. This was 730, so this was 2 months ago. I planted these in the native soil, and they're doing so well. They're real strong. So let's see what this looks like when I take this out. This is much heavier. This native clay is so much heavier. Wow. So look at these moringa roots inside of here in the native clay. So they just push through, guys. This is not well draining. This is not well draining at all. This is just clay. So look at them go. So yeah, guys, this is a really good sign for us living in the desert. It's not even well draining. So I'm gonna put these in the holes in the ground without any amendments also. So we're gonna see how these do all the way from native clay, from seed, all the way to tree. Might as well show you each one of these. There's 2 in each pot. I'm just gonna go ahead and plant them like this in the ground. They'll grow together, see what happens. Yeah, look at these. It's just growing just like it was in potting soil, guys. So, but stronger, pushing through. So these guys will take the wind probably better. And they're doing so good on the top too, a lot of new growth. All right, here's that big thick one. The big stalk that actually is a triple trunk. Look how that thing is growing. It's pretty awesome. Super strong, very thick. So I'm gonna see what this root ball looks like. Wow, you can actually see this one going down the side and reaching down there, digging through the clay. A lot of little other roots. Look at that bottom. That is ready to get into the ground. But look how well this one's doing. 3 big main branches, so this one's gonna be pretty amazing, I think. So this is the last one that I planted on 730 in the clay. And remember, I got only a 50% germination rate. So I didn't get a 90% germination rate or 85% that I've been getting in potting soil, but I got 50%, which is pretty awesome. And the trees are doing decent. This one has 3 trees in the pot. So I'm just gonna plant all 3 of these together. See what happens. I'd rather not disturb the roots. So the same thing, it's got some nice root structure on it. 3 seeds in 1 hole here. So, I'm gonna get this one planted. So I've been getting questions on the native soil moringas that I planted. I wanna show you guys how they're doing now. So this one up here in the front, this is a native soil moringa. I planted this in native soil, the seed. I got about a 50% germination rate with all the seeds, but the ones that I got are very sturdy. This one's got a nice sturdy stem, won't be knocked around by nothing. Just stands right back up, and it's growing pretty quick. But it's a slower grower in height, it seems, but it's a really strong grower. So that's one of them. So this is the one here. Growing really nice and strong. Very green. A lot of really nice new growth up in here. And then there's a few more down this line. That one got trampled by a dog we were watching a few times, but it's recovering. That's a triple trunk. And then this one here is the biggest so far. This one, excellent new growth. And again, these are just planted in native soil. I didn't do any amendments in these holes. All I do is add wood chips on the top. So if I dig down here, you know, it's gonna be, wow. I didn't water this for a week. And look at those wood chips, they're already feeding. That's why, but see, when I get down right here, it's just straight clay. So this is all native dirt. There is no amendments in the soil here. But all I did was add wood chips on top of it, and the clay is still wet. And I didn't water this for 5 days. So that's the magic of wood chips. Now, it hasn't been super, super hot out. Maybe it's definitely been less than 100, but it's still wet under there, or moist. And the clay is nice and moist. So it's allowing those roots to really spread. So this other native soil moringa just did some crazy stuff too. It's like when they push through the root, through the clay, they do some just crazy strong stuff. This is all one trunk. Came up with 3 branches right out of that same trunk. So I'm letting them all come up, but it's really strong also. So I really like this one. Super unique, super cool. Maybe a mutation, but totally cool. And then this other native soil here had 3 sprouts. When the dog trampled it, one of the sprouts died back, which is fine. But the other 2 I braided to see how it grows together, see if that works or not. Because if it doesn't like it, then hey, but I think it's already taken it pretty nice. So as they grow, they'll grow together. It might look pretty cool. But yeah, all of these ones, I amended the soil a little bit. All the ones down there. So it's gonna be nice to next year to see those grow. So that's the update on the native soil moringa, guys. All of the ones that I planted in native soil, they're doing so good. So don't be afraid to plant in native soil, but I would just suggest wood chip. When you think you have too many wood chips, double it, literally. Okay, so this is the row of moringas that I planted a little while ago. I'm just gonna add this to the video here. I replaced the root ball with a bigger moringa here, kind of getting some yellowing. But all of the rest of these we planted from seed. And these are the native soil moringas. They're doing so well. The only thing I did, so basically I planted these seeds in native soil. These are ones that sprouted, and then in a bucket, in a container. And then I transplanted the container directly into native soil. And then all I did was I added wood chips to the top. And once you add the wood chips, everything responds really, really quickly. These were going a little slow. They were still pretty strong, but once we put these wood chips down, they're just flushing out just tons of new growth in the center here. And just look how thick that trunk is right now. These 2 right here in particular are just super strong, incredibly green leaves, and just handle the wind. You know, they're very strong plants, just pushing out tons of new growth. And then this little guy, it looks like 3 trees, but in fact, I don't know if you remember, but in the video I showed you where that one sprout, that branch came off with 3 branches. So that's this one here, triple trunk. And yeah, triple trunk's doing nice, super green leaves, smaller in stature than the single trunks, but I think it's going to be a beautiful tree. And then this one is the smallest of them all, but it has 2 growing, and I just wrapped one around the other. We'll see what happens. All right, it's December 22nd, and yesterday we had kind of the pretty much, I think it might have gotten close to freezing, or it might have frozen. And you can see this little native soil moringa, the strongest one actually out of the batch, definitely got hit a little bit by the cold. It's drooping. So
I mean, it's still green. It's not like totally burnt out, but it's definitely drooping. This one's also drooping a little bit, but it's still looking pretty good. Still got some perkiness to it. This one's doing pretty good. Not really drooping at all. Looking real nice. The triple stock one. That one's doing pretty good. That was the PKM1 seed. Well, these are all PKM1 seeds, but this one kind of is getting a little droop at the top here. Not too bad. This one kind of got hit a little bit on the top as well. It's leaning a little bit. Yeah, that stake isn't really doing much. It's giving it a little bit of support, but I kind of want these to get knocked around by the wind a little bit. Just have some support. You can see like this one, it's very loosely supported. If the wind blows a lot, then it'll go pretty much that far. If the wind blows this way a lot, it'll only go that far. Same with this one. You know, allow it to move, but I don't want the wind to knock it all the way over. So, a couple moringas took a hit. You can really see it here, but I think it'll be fine. This was a native soil moringa. No amendments, just planted it in the native dirt in a bucket, in a little container, and then it sprouted, and these were all my native soil ones. This one back here, this one, and this one. So the only thing I did to any of these moringas is I put the wood chips on the ground, but it's just native clay right underneath them. Now this side has a little bit of compost on these ones, but this one definitely took a hit also last couple nights. So this one's gone. Well, not really gone. It's still a green trunk, so it might come back, but it's okay if this one goes away because it's spaced in between these other ones. This one's doing well. This one's doing pretty good. This one also passed away. So I lost a couple moringas here. All right, so it's January 11th right now, and here's these native soil moringas. Just wanted to give you a quick update. We've kind of pushed through a little bit of winter now, which hasn't really been that cold. I think we've only had 1 or 2 nights of almost freezing. Maybe one of them froze, and that's the one that kind of took one of these native soils out, but didn't really take the moringa out. The moringa's not dead, so don't fret when you guys see your drooping moringas after a frost. As long as you established them pretty well. I mean, if you're in the desert, you know, I'm talking if you get one frost here and there. If you snow, that's a totally different story. But let me show you guys what they're looking like right now. So here they are. This one looked like the second strongest. That one was for sure grew the quickest. But then this one just, you know, handled the cold. You know, it got a little bit of leaf damage here, but it's doing really well. I had to stake it. It started to lean, but it's all right. It's doing really well. So yeah. So this one is the one that got hit with the freeze. So I pretty much pulled all the leaves off of it. They all dried up, but it's a nice trunk. You know, you can even kind of see it changing color a little bit down there. It's starting to get a little bark. So it's gonna come back. So I'll keep you in the loop on that. And then triple trunk over here took a little hit, as you can see over back here. A little freeze damage right there. And like right here too. So took a little bit of damage, but not too bad. There's the little braided one. Took nicely to the braid at the bottom. Pretty cool. So there it is, the native soil moringas after 6 months from seed. And I think they're doing really well, you know, so now I get to keep you guys in the loop on spring, because spring is what I'm really excited about. So if you guys are excited about spring too, tell me in the comments below, because I know all of you are. Spring is the time when things get exciting. So winter is the time to rest. I get it. Or dig a pond. All right, guys. Well, if you like this video, give me a big green thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you can get the notifications every single time I post. And I'm trying to do this where I post every single day. I'm trying to find some good content and kind of keep getting it out for you guys. You guys mentioned that you wanted grafting, so I'm gonna make that happen. I'm gonna do some grafting videos and some different ways to graft. I'm gonna start with mangoes. But if you guys wanna go to my Patreon page and support some of the visions that I have and help me make these things happen, go to patreon.com/developawesomeskills, and thank you so much for your support. So now I want you to go out there and I want you to plant your own moringa in native soil and see how it does, because I think it's gonna do great. So give it some mulch, give it some constant water. If you plant it right in spring, I think it'll be very exciting for all of us. And you'll be helping to plant the 1 million moringas in 5 years. You just gotta let me know that you planted it. Until next time, develop awesome skills. Hi, baby. You just relaxing? It's a nice day out, huh? You like the little statue? Hey. Hi, baby. You're so sweet.